Well, good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome to Parade Ice Garden in Minneapolis, Minnesota for today's contest, the second of four, rather the third, really. There's another one happening, I should say, right across the way. This is quarterfinal action of the Minnesota State Youth Tournament Bantam A division here from Parade. Jason Knuth with you here on the call. It is Roseville taking on the Edina Hornets. The winner of this one will, of course, take on East Grand Forks, who we just watched play a double overtime thriller as they defeated Owatonna by a score of 3-2. Well, it's been a fun tournament already. We've only played one game, and it's been thrilling. And I'll tell you what, this one has the makings of that as well. Minnetonka and Minnetonka Centennial coming up later. Cloquet and Eden Prairie, Wayzata Rosemount, Osseo Maple Grove and Hermantown in AA. And here in Class A, we've seen a thriller already. We're ready to go. In just a few minutes, we'll bring you the player introductions on the ice. Edina coached by Ryan Elbing, and Roseville coached by Luke Christensen. Edina wearing their green jerseys with the black shoulders and black helmets. Roseville, the Raiders, down to our right in their white jerseys with black pants and black socks with the white stripe, also black helmets. Warm-ups have concluded. Teams are going to make their way to the blue line, and they're going to have full player introductions. We'll ramp up our volume to try and bring that to you. It won't be the best quality, but we'll certainly do our best on our part. This game about 25 minutes late getting started due to the double overtime game that took place earlier on. So nothing we can do about that, but we're going to bring this to you in its entirety no matter what. We'll send it downstairs, get the lineups and player introductions for Edina. Today's contest on the MSBN Sports Network is brought to you by Tria, by Dick's Sporting Goods, Highway Federal Credit Union, and Chevrolet. It's a hockey day in Minnesota. Quarterfinal action here in the Bantam A, as Roseville will take on Edina in the Bantam A division from Parade Ice Garden in Minneapolis, Minnesota. All but set for first period action. We've already done the anthem for the first game. Teams making their final preparations. Down to our left, Bryce Hess tends goal, wearing number 1 for Edina. And down to our right for the Roseville Raiders, it will be Joseph Hypley, wearing number 35. Face-off at center, 15-minute periods. We are underway. Roseville controls. Number 66, that's Burke Gaffney. An interesting number for a defenseman. Played here by Edina on the steal. Mason with the steal. That's Matt Mason wearing 11. Got a shot on goal, and Hypley makes the save. Out to center it goes one more time. Run down here by Edina. Big collision on the far side. It's behind the net where Henry Whitliff, just seeing these players for the first time, so pardon our pronunciations early on. Huge shout outs to the teams that got us these pronunciation charts and various information that we can use throughout our broadcast. Thank you so much, and if you're tuning in, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know where you're watching from this afternoon. Hit that email us button at the top of the page on MSBN and let us know anything you like. Delayed penalty coming up. This one will go against Edina. After the touch-up, it will be a hit from behind. And Roseville will go to the power play to start this first period. Just a minute 4 elapsed. Checking from behind is the call. And Roseville's power play will go to work. John Ben's getting the 2-minute penalty. The faceoff will be in the Edina zone to the left of the goaltender, Bryce Hess. Saw a double overtime thriller to start our games here at the state tournament. What will we see in this one? The Raiders go to the power play. 2 minutes on the board. The draw is won by the Raiders. They keep it alive in the zone. This is Zach Goodwin controlling, number 5. Goodwin sends it to the far side for Tony Leahy wearing 88. Joey O'Neill calling for it at the point is Goodwin. He gets it. Goodwin waits. Tries to wind up for the wrist shot down in front. Kicked aside. Bryce Hadlich tried to pull the trigger. It goes behind the net one more time. Roseville's number 5, Goodwin, keeps it alive at the point. Solid defenseman back there, the left-handed shooter. Back to Goodwin. Goodwin waits. Hadlich sends a drive that's just wide of the net. Bryce Hess in goal for Edina. Nothing he could do there. Towards the middle. Chance in front. Hadlich had it roll off his stick ever so slightly. Minute 5 of power play time remaining. That one fanned on him back to the neutral zone. Racing up is Goodwin. Goodwin tries to go around one. Puck squirts free. Kept alive by Roseville, however. Raiders send it down low with 45 seconds of power play time remaining. Early on, 0-0 here from Parade. They battle forward on the near side corner. Flip behind the net. Back to the point it goes. James Bartle, the defenseman wearing number 45, gets it down low. Power play continues to work, not getting any shots. But the passes have been crisp. Looking for that golden opportunity as they look to center. It goes behind the net one more time. And Edina with the steal. Can they clear? They will. 15 seconds and they break out shorthanded. This is A.J. Dahl, and he's driven into the wall hard by Zach Goodwin of Roseville. 5 seconds in the power play. And it comes to a close as Roseville into the zone. 2-on-2, full strength. 0 for 1 on the power play for Roseville. flipped out to neutralize, and the Raiders so far controlling a significant portion of the play. Edina looking for their first opportunity offensively. Here come the Raiders across the line. This is Moriarty. Max Moriarty, number 14, in front and just wide. Retreating to neutral. Tyler Robillard wearing 61. Banked off the end wall as Edina desperately trying to clear the zone. They throw one through the slot. Nothing doing there. Roseville, turnaround shot, knocked down in the slot area inside the hash marks, but Edina finally able to clear. Open ice hit. Broken up, it goes on goal, and now we have an offside whistle with 10:56 to go in this first period of play. Roseville controlling a majority of the play so far. Live on the MSBN Sports Network, Jason Knuth with you here on the call. Second quarterfinal from this north rink. Sartell and St. Paul should be wrapping up on the other rink right now. Delayed penalty coming up. This one will go against the Raiders. Interference the call. And Edina will get their first power play opportunity with 10:37 to go here in period number 1. It was at this point in the previous game we had already seen 4 goals before the onslaught of defensive goaltending hockey ensued to double overtime. The Hornets, however, of Edina will try and get on the board here first as they have their first power play opportunity as they send a shot skittering wide. Shot and a save, the first by Joseph Hypley. Back to the point, kept alive nicely, and that leaves the zone. It leaves the zone by no more than an inch or two. Remember, the puck has to completely cross that blue line into the neutral zone to be out. Official says it left. The face-off in front of us. Bouncing puck as the Hornets will have to chase this one down with a minute and a half to go on the power play. That is icing. And if you're new to the youth hockey, Minnesota youth hockey, a new rule this year for this level and below, you cannot ice the puck when you're on the penalty kill. You can no longer ice the puck when on a penalty kill. New rule this year. An interesting rule to say the least, but many would argue that if you're taking a penalty, why should you be allowed to break another? Obviously, that would increase scoring, and it's honestly something I would like to see at the NHL level. That's how you increase scoring right there. You don't allow a team to ice the puck. It would change the game, certainly, and we've seen that already in our first game, and we're seeing it here. Minute 5 of power play time for the Hornets as a big hit. Oh, boy. Goodwin got a big hit on Riley Spindler. Spindler is a little slow to get up, shaking his head a little, but he appears to be fine. He'll stay on the ice with 54 seconds of power play time remaining here from Parade's North Rink. Good crowd on hand from Roseville's sideline near us. Edina's fan base on the far wall. Wrist shot coming from the Hornets. Shot saved. The rebound is loose. Where is it? It's sitting on the goal line. Sprawling backwards was Hypley, and he keeps it out. But Edina keeps it in the zone as it ricochets down there in the slot with 30 seconds remaining. And out to center. Roseville will ultimately have it. Can they establish the red line to clear? They cannot. Edina quick into the zone. Run down here by Bjorn Anderson wearing number 22. With 15 seconds of power play time remaining for the Hornets. Ian Macklin, the recipient of that penalty. D-to-D go the Hornets in front, blocked nicely. The rebound, shot and a save, and holding on is Hypley. 5 seconds remaining in this power play for Edina. The face-off will be to the left of the goaltender Hypley. 8:42 on the game clock, first period. We have no score. Little bit of paraphernalia on the ice being put on the bench by the linesman. Edina on the quick face-off win. They try to get a shot away. It ricochets to the corner. And both teams at full strength. Neither team scoring on their respective power plays. Banked off the far wall, but the Hornets have found new life since they've established their first power play. Did not control the puck once until they got their power play in the offensive zone, and now they are swarming. 8:15 to go, first period. They cycle down low. This is Matt Mason wearing 11. This one intercepted by Tony Leahy. Dangerously played by Leahy. He will carry the left-handed shooter down the right side now. Pass in front, a give and go. This one will be picked up by Hadlich, wearing 16 for the Raiders. As we are just past the 8-minute mark, or the 7-minute mark, I should say, of period number one. 15-minute periods here at the youth level. Off the back of the net, it was sitting there for a brief moment, and the Hornets come up with it. Attempting to break out into the neutral zone, they do just that. Roseville quick in transition, however, go the other way. This is Joey O'Neill. O'Neill behind the net, centers one. This will go back to the point. That's okay. Chance for Bartle. Bartle fakes the shot, goes to Goodwin. Goodwin sends a drive that's about 2 feet wide of the cage. Keeping it alive, however, are the Raiders. Back at the point. Bartle goes to the far half wall. Back to Hadlich. Hadlich has this one knocked aside by the Hornets. Played by Ryan Ressaman, wearing 17 for Edina. Bouncing shot that sails wide of the glove of Hess, the goaltender for Edina. Behind the net, it goes back to the point, and again, Bartle has it. Opts not to shoot the puck. He'll pass it on the half wall, keeping possession. Raiders continue to cycle. Under 7 to go in the first. Nice pass on the saucer towards the middle. Couldn't get the shot away. They do have a 6-0 shot advantage, however. Edina still looking for their first opportunity. They center one. It is loose. Broken up with the active stick of Hadlich, and it goes behind the net. Towards the middle, looking for that pass. It goes back to the point. On the backhand now is Bartle. He controls. Nice move. Bartle sends a shot. This one deflected high and over the cage. It stays in play, however, with 6:10 to go in period number one. Still scoreless on the MSBN Sports Network. They look to center. It rolls off the stick of O'Neill. Right now, the Raiders having their way offensively. They'll get a few changes here. Can they keep it going? Yes, they can. In the zone, kept alive. Fresh bodies out there. Edina desperate for a change. They sent it down low where Willie Johnson will try and clear. Penalty coming up against Roseville, and after all that work, nearly 3 minutes of sustained offense, they will go short on another hit from behind, and Edina goes to their second power play. Edina got their offense jump-started with their first power play. They'll get another one here. Trey Sheabaker will serve the penalty for a hit from behind. That comes at the 9:08 mark of period number one. Scoreless hockey game between Edina and Roseville. Power play to Edina right now. This is an Edina team who has certainly prepared for this run. They've played, in fact, this single-A team played 3 of their 4 tournaments at the AA level, so the competition has been fierce for the Hornets this year. Here in the single-A tournament, they send a shot. This one's knocked aside, and here come the Raiders. Short-handed opportunity. Nice move around one. This is Anderson. Bjorn Anderson still carries behind the net, protecting it on the backhand. Still going, sends it down low, and a great penalty kill and a great individual effort here by the Raiders. Again, it will be Anderson. He sends it back in. He goes off for a much-deserved change with 1:15 of power play time remaining for the Hornets. Here comes Edina across. Don't fret, we are here. Our apologies. The program that we were using froze up on us, and we are back. We hope you haven't missed anything. I don't believe you have. It's been a couple opportunities by Edina, but get the icing call here. And another offensive zone draw with 3:15 to go in this first period of play. Played now by Roseville. They continue control. On the far side, now to the near side. This one will go, no, will not be icing. It is negated at the last possible moment. And here is A.J. Dahl. Laid offside. Teams kind of feeling each other out in the neutral zone, although Roseville has had a significant portion of the chances. They lead 11-0 in shots on goal. This one will go on, and it's kicked aside by Huntley. In front, wide open chance. He raised it off the post. A.J. Dahl just missing. Oh boy. Just wide one more time. And the whistle sounds. With 2:13 to go and a penalty coming up to the Hornets for a hit from behind. That's the third penalty for a hit from behind we've seen in this game. This one will be assessed to Matt Mason of Edina. With Roseville going to power play. Face on the neutral zone. Chance here for Edina, shorthanded. As they look to eat some time up off the clock. Flipped into the zone, where it's played by Roseville at neutral ice. Stolen back by the Hornets. Good penalty kill thus far, but look out, here comes a nice poke. Boy, Edina so far keeping Roseville from entering the zone. Now, after 35 seconds, the Raiders will get through and trying to control. It's Edina. Can they flip it out? No. Kept at the point. Chance here as Goodwin sends it low in the power play unit. He just had some good pass and good movement. Gets it going. Down low. Back to the near half wall for Hadlich. Hadlich goes down low. Wraparound attempt. Shot save. It is loose. Is it in? Covering his post is Bryce Hess. No goal. Face off his right. Here on the MSBN Sports Network, Jason Knuth with you here on the call. By play all tournament long here from Parade Ice Garden. In front, it is loose, backhand, and oh boy, sprawling to his left. What a save by Bryce Hess. He has been all over the place so far. Chance for the Raiders. Shot coming in, no. Far side, wrist shot off the post. It blanks off the post. We're under a minute to go in the period. Raiders throwing everything they can on goal. Wrist shot comes in, deflected wide with 38 seconds. Back to the point for Gaffney. Gaffney sends a wrist shot. They looked in front for a deflection just off the stick of Johan Anderson. 15 seconds of power play time. Picked up by Billy Kozlak of Edina. Short-handed. Kozlak gets it up ice to Worst. It's Wyatt Worst wearing 15, but quickly taken back by Roseville. Full strength now, 10 seconds. Both teams at 5-on-5 as they center. It goes back point. Slap shot come. Deflected in the slot. Shot is just wide of the cage with 3 seconds and 2. Edina will clear, and that will do it for a wild first period of play. Whoa. Oh boy, no score through one period between Edina and Roseville. Again, we want to thank our sponsors of Minnesota Youth Hockey today on the MSBN Sports Network. We want to Tria, Dick's Sporting Goods, Highway Federal Credit Union, and Chevrolet. Thank you for your support of Minnesota Youth Hockey. And again, they will not resurface through one period of play, so keep it right here, and we will get you set for second period action in just a moment. They'll flip ends, but nothing else coming as far as the scoring goes. And the winner will take on East Grand Forks tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We'll have it right here for you on the MSBN Sports Network. Team's just about ready to start our second period. And again, they flipped ends. This is the period of the long change. Ready to go, 5-on-5. We are underway. Edina controls on the opening face-off touch pass. They've got a 2-on-1 across the line. Sexton sends a shot on goal and a save made. 14th shot for Edina. Another save made by Hypley. He's been strong so far. As the Hornets win another draw, it goes back to Worst. W-U-R-S-T, number 15, Wyatt Worst, the defenseman. Quickly breaking up ice is Tony Leahy for Roseville, but it's going to be a penalty, a high hit. Roughing penalty assessed, and boy, the penalty's coming quite frequently here. Leahy's going to go. It'll be 2 for probably roughing. Elbow, they're calling elbow. But at the same time, we're going to have matching minors as John Benz will go for a high stick. So we will stay 5 aside. So each team getting a penalty, and we will go to 5-on-5. Face off to the left of Bryce Hess, the goaltender for Edina. Ready to go. 25-second lapse here in the second period. These games typically move pretty quickly. Of course, our last game went 2 overtimes, so that's why this game's starting a little late. Shot it for double deflection. Oh my goodness, just wide of the cage. It was deflected twice, and Roseville nearly capitalized on the play. 40 seconds elapsed in the period. Shot save made by Hess, and here coming Edina the other way, but quickly taken back by Goodwin. Goodwin sends it back behind the net, where it'll be played by Edina's Henry Whitliff. Shot comes in, it sails over the head of Hess, who watches it go by. Out to neutral ice. Again, 5-on-5 action. Both teams with a player in the penalty box. And they'll be let out. First whistle after 2 minutes. That one's going to go for ice. No, it's negated at the last moment. They say it was deflected. Minute 15 elapsed in the period. This is Edina's Alex Orthe, wearing number 4. Orthe with a nice push up ice. 2-on-2 come the Hornets. Now 3-on-2. Wrist shot in, blocked as A.J. Dahl tried to send one through, and it was knocked down by the defenseman for Roseville. Raiders Out of their own end, they start a rush. 1-1 developing, but quickly Orthe steals. They go the other way. Kozlak was waiting on the pass. Dahl will push it ahead off the near side glass, and here comes A.J. Dahl. Dahl flips it into the zone. This will go for icing with 13:04 to go in a scoreless hockey game. Second period here on the MSBN Sports Network. Jason Knuth with you. Ben Dahl on the camera. With the face-off to the left of the goaltender Hess. Draw taken here and won by the Hornets. They send it down low. This will be played by Prescott Sexton, number 16. Sexton tries to keep it going, but it goes back to the point where Ryan Ressman will keep it alive. Delayed offside, they touch up. Boy, based on possession, it's been Roseville for the most part. Edina with the lead, chance in front. First to a Roseville Raider. Turnaround shot, save made by Pipely. They slap it out of the zone intentionally. This will go on goal, and it turned aside. Would have been icing had it not. They took the chance, and it was worth it. Keeping it alive is Charlie Clydesdale, number 12. Sends it down low, flipping this one. It hits the side post as the net way off the moorings, and that will draw a whistle with 12:13 to go in the second period. Face off to the left of the goaltender Hess. This Roseville team had a lot of experiences. They got playing an outdoor game, Duluth, Morgan Park. Awesome for these kids, no doubt about that. We are back indoors here as Edina with the 2-on-2. Nice pass through the crease and a save made by Hypley, keeping it out. Penalty coming up with 11:55 to go. Will be a hooking minor. And Roseville will be short once again. No, it's going to go on Edina. No. It will be a hooking penalty to Roseville, just as we thought initially. Grant Courtney will be the recipient of the penalty, and we'll see if the Raiders can kill off another one. Edina to the power play in a scoreless first period, and so far a scoreless second. Face off to the right of Hypley. It's won by the Raiders as James Bartle will try to clear. Back to the near side wall where the Hornets will keep it in the zone. Big hit on the play on the near wall. They battle for the puck. Wait. In front, deflected, knocked down by Kozlak, but it was sent wide of the cage. Minute and a half to go on the power play. Williff to D, wrist shot in front, and it will sail wide. Dahl keeps it alive for Edina. It goes behind the net for Kozlak one more time. Kozlak trying to dipsy-doodle around the referee. Cuts in front, turnaround shot from Dahl, sent just wide. 45 seconds elapsed, a power play. Puck will roll out to center, where Orthe will have it. He'll stop, wait, intercepted. Here come the Raiders across the line. This is Carlson, sends a shot, and a save made by Hess. Carlson continues to control, stops, pops, waits on the far side. He avoids one defender, now two, still stick handling around. The Hornets, short-handed, mind you, and a great penalty kill effort by Carlson, and he hears it from the Roseville faithful down here to our right. Up ice come the Hornets. 40 seconds on the power play remain. Here's A.J. Dahl, wearing number 7, first to it. Dahl leaves it for Benz. Benz waits, cuts to the net, goes back to the point for Ressman. Intercepted, and the Raiders have it, shorthanded once again, eating up more clock with 23 seconds remaining. We're approaching the 5-minute mark of the period. Headman pass is intercepted. Good heads-up play by Ressman to read it. Final 10 on the power play for the Hornets. Flipped into the zone. It bounces on goal down in the butterfly with Hypley, and he will deny that attempt. 2 seconds in one. Both teams now at 5-on-5. As Courtney steps out, he's breaking up ice. Courtney across the line. He's offside. The pass may have come a touch too late
as Courtney had just retreated from the penalty box right as Roseville had gained possession. Faceoff will come back to the neutral zone to our left with 9:47 to go. 15-7 shots on goal favoring Edina. Right in front of us, Willie Johnson wins the draw, and Edina quickly flipped it into the zone. Far wall. This one will go for icing. Oh, they're going to say it's touched, so it's a race on for the puck. First to it, the Raiders. Looking for reinforcements. Turnaround shot, and standing up all the way was Hess. Never went down. Made the save nonetheless. Sent down low. Stick goes flying. Not sure whose it is. It belongs to a Raider. That of Tony Leahy. Leahy gets it in front, and he's knocked down right as the moment of impact with the stick and the puck came to fruition. Sent into the zone just wide of net. That will be icing, and the faceoff will come back into the Edina zone with 9:08 to go in a 0-0 hockey game. Chance here for Roseville. A team that has 9 second-year players in their first state tournament. They've played together from Mike, Squirt, Pee-wee, and now Bantams for 9 years. So these kids have been playing basically their entire lives together. Now playing for a state tournament championship here in the quarterfinals. The round of 8 in both the Bantam A and AA divisions. We'll have them all for you here on the MSBN Sports Network as that one goes in on goal. Hiley has played all their games this year. 53 games he has played. What a workhorse he has been. Roseville wins the draw as they look to send it out to center. Right in front of us at the scorer's table, at 30 to go. Raiders looking to strike first. The first goal crucial. Who will get it in front? They send it wide, and it's played now by Edina as they look to break. Now 2-on-2 down the way, and around one, tripped up on the play. A 2-on-1 for the Hornets across the line. Pass towards the middle, shot save made by Huckley. He hangs on. What a save to deny the 2-on-1 effort. And a penalty coming up, a tripping call. They called it well before that rush began. It will be 2 minutes tripping, time 6 minutes, 43 seconds. Zero the score here, second period. Edina goes to the power play once again. Tyler Robillard. And now we're going to call 2. They have called 2. Robillard and Anderson both to the box, so a 5-on-3. Huge opportunity here for Edina with a 2-player advantage. D to D they go. Wrist shot in front is just wide of the cage. Golden opportunity for the Hornets. There will be some momentum one way or another. Big Pello save made by the goaltender Hiley. Wrist shot in front is wide. Hornets keep it alive at minute 35, a 5-on-3 time remaining. D to D, Statine. Tommy Statine manning that point on the near side. Roseville a golden chance to clear. It goes to the far wall, but staying in is Willie Johnson on the half wall. When you can't ice the puck, it leaves for some tough opportunities here. A minute 10 to go. Dahl sends a shot. It never got through. Cleared by Roseville. It will be icing. They will gladly take it. A much needed clear with a minute 3 to go. And again, this is a new rule this year at this level and below. You may not ice the puck when you are short. You may change lines, but you cannot ice it without a whistle. Face-off won by the Hornets, but they battle for it in the neutral zone. Can they push it ahead? Carrying it short-handed and out of the zone. Nicely done by Leahy. Still going, and now Edina has numbers across the line. Look out. Shot just wide. 45 seconds of power play time remaining. Second period, 0-0. Cutting to the net. Backhander save made by the goaltender Hypley. He keeps it out. The Edina Hornets keep it in. 30 seconds. They go D to D once again. At the point on the far side and unable to control was Wyatt Worst. But Worst recovers nicely and they go behind the net. Looking to center with lots of them. Short side shot by Ryan Andor, where number 3 is just wide. Worst at the point. Far side. Back to Worst. One-time attempt, and that one partially fanned on by John Benz. And wide. Final 5 seconds. 4 and 3. 2 players out of the penalty box, and we are 5 side. Big kill by the Raiders. 6 minutes and change to go in this second period. Scoreless hockey game from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Parade Ice Garden. Up ice it goes. Breakout pass. Here come the Raiders. This is Leahy. All alone shot. He goes far side and just missed. From this vantage point, it missed by inches. Edina trying to catch Roseville in a change, but they are slow to bring it up ice, and a lot of these players have been out there for a while. Hornets in the middle of a change. This is Worth breaking it up. Played now by Riley Spindler. Spindler sends it off ice. Big collision at neutral. 5.5 to go in second period action. It goes behind the net once again. Up ice, this will be icing. And we go back into the Roseville zone, 5:26. But you can feel the momentum shift after the 5-on-3 kill as Bryce Hess, the goaltender, looking to the sky down there to our right. Thankfully, doesn't have to face anything for the time being. Edina with a 19-7 shot edge as they win yet another draw. Two pretty well matched up teams here so far, both getting their opportunities as the Raiders try and break up ice down right wing, broken up by the Hornets as Willie Johnson will leave it here for Ryan Andor. Across the line they come. Tommy Statine has a big hit. Final 5 minutes to go in period number 2. Still scoreless. We will resurface after this one. This is a 2-on-0 for Roseville. They can hurry to it. For the centering pass. He's going to keep it himself. Knocked down by the goaltender Hess. And it will be cleared. If he had gotten to the puck a little bit sooner, perhaps he'd have done more with it. But the options were pretty limited at that point as the goaltender Hess was looking to knock the pass down himself. Oh boy, big blindside hit. Laid out by Kozlak. We play on. Delayed offside, and the whistle sounds to signify the end of the play with 4:22 to go here in the quarterfinal, the state tournament Bantam A. Huge crowd on hand on the Roseville sideline. Edina bringing their fans as well. 4:22 to go here in the second period. 5-on-5 we remain as it's sent back in. Played behind the net one more time as Edina will have it, but kept alive by the Raiders as they try and push it out, unable to do so. Big battle in neutral zone, one-on-one opportunity as Kozlak has it, being chased. Kozlak with no reinforcements, he's going to have to do it himself. Keeps it down low. Edina making their changes as we are at the 11-minute mark of this 15-minute period, still scoreless, 0-0. We will resurface at the conclusion of this second period, so keep it right here. We will take a brief timeout, as will the players. The concession workers will not. 3:04 to go. Nick Henches wearing number 5 in his own zone, sends it to the neutral zone. This one goes on to the Roseville bench, drawing the whistle. And a stop and play with a face-off right at the center red line and the main face-off dot in the center circle. 3:32 to go, scoreless hockey game. Benz will take the draw against Ian McClem. Won by Edina. This one sent on goal from center ice, giving the goaltender Hypley a little bit of trouble. He will hang on, however. As a goaltender, you know the most important thing is that the puck doesn't go in, and that's exactly what happened there. A good face-off to his left, however. 28 Edina with the shots goal advantage. Quickly won by Roseville Raiders on the far side. Can they clear? They will. Battle for it right in front of the Edina bench. Sexton will be the first to pick it up. Here comes Sexton. Drops it off. That was for Benz. Benz now has it. Sexton picks up the loose puck. Back to Benz on a good cycle. Looking for the give and go. Can they do it? No. Benz circles back. Good puck handling. Good skills here. Benz waiting. Saucers one behind the net. And Benz continues to control. In front, shot! And a save made by Hypley. Back to the point. Look out. Wrist shot deflected. Pinballs around in the slot. And eventually back to the point. Back through it goes. Benz is down low for the re-entry. Here's Benz cutting to the crease. Oh boy, good move by Benz to try and generate a scoring opportunity, but it was blocked. Back in the Edina zone goes. Puck protection here by Alex Orthy. Roseville tries to center. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go, period number 2. A 0-0 game. Fans on the edge of their seats, men standing. Puck bounces at center, penalty coming up. That's going to be an interference penalty. It was an open ice hit, but he did not have the puck. That is interference. And it will be another power play coming to the Hornets. So here we go. Face-off neutralized right in front of the Roseville bench. It is won by the Raiders, but Edina quick to pick it up. 2 minutes remain in the second period. Just slightly less than that in the power play to the Hornets. They have yet to score, but they have had 4 opportunities already. Big hit as Orthy goes in. It will be offside. A neutral zone draw coming with 1:46. Well, our first game took us to a couple of overtimes. This one, neither team getting anything going scoring-wise. Could we be in for a long one here? Let's find out. Edina has number 15, Worst, bringing it into the zone. Worst cannot keep it alive. Just under 100 ticks of the clock remaining in period number 2. First in is Resman, wearing 17 for the Hornets. Far side as one of the Roseville players loses a stick, and now an Edina player drops his stick. Kozlak sends a wrist shot in. Save made by Hypley, and he keeps it out. 1:15 to go. Second period. A minute of power play time for the Hornets. Looking for a breakout pass. Short-handed. They'll flip it up to avoid the icing. He hit behind the plate. Edina comes out of their own end. 1 minute remaining in period number 2. Hornets across the blue line. This is Dahl. He's going to be offside. The extra move keeps him offside, and Edina will have a neutral zone face-off instead. Well, this is an Edina team that they've had a great time on and off the ice. They've played a lot of group events. They've been in dodgeball tournaments. They've been in whirly ball tournaments. And in fact, I played whirly ball this week for the first time. And I got to tell you, that was a ton of fun. It's a great team-building event, no doubt about it. Icing the call here. If you've never seen whirly ball, go check that out. Look that up. They've served meals to cancer patients at the Hope Lodge. All kinds of great team-building events for Edina this year. They continue on the power play here with 37 seconds. Face off to the right of Hypley. It's won by Roseville. Can they clear? They will. 30 seconds remaining. Bringing it out is Leahy, shorthanded. Leahy pushes it up ice. One-on-one with the goaltender. Stops and pops. Never got a shot away. It was cleared aside by Hess. As Roseville continues shorthanded. Goes down low with 15 seconds on this kill. Hornets come out of there with the loose puck on the far wall. Last chance for Edina on this power play with 7 seconds. It'll be dumped into the zone. Roseville now at full strength, 10 seconds remaining in the period. Edina controlling 5-on-5. They send it down low, but only to be picked up by Burt Gaffney wearing a white jersey. 2 seconds and 1 horn sounds. We've accomplished nothing through 30 minutes of play. It's been a good one, though. 0-0 we remain through 2 periods of play. We are going to step aside for a bit, take a timeout. Players will regroup, go to the locker room, make some adjustments. We will step aside as well. A brief 15-minute intermission coming. They will resurface. Stick around, folks. No scoring to tell you about. Lots of power plays, but the defense, the goaltending has been stellar. 22 shots for Edina, 10 shots for Roseville through 30 minutes of play. Don't forget the MSBN inbox is open. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from, and who you're rooting for this afternoon for our game between the Edina Hornets and the Roseville Raiders right here on the MSBN Sports Network. Real quick, we'll thank our sponsors once again. Tria Orthopedics, Dick's Sporting Goods, Highway Federal Credit Union, and Chevrolet. Thank you for your support of Minnesota youth hockey right here on the MSBN Sports Network. Back in a few. Second intermission rolling on here from Parade Ice Garden in downtown Minneapolis. We've got a 0-0 hockey game between Edina and Roseville, and both teams making their way out onto the ice surface for what should be a very entertaining third period. Edina leads 22-10 shots on goal. And Roseville bringing a huge contingency of their fans to this state tournament. Quarterfinal action here in the Bantam A division. Of note from other games, Sartell defeated St. Paul 6-1 over on the South Rink. They will advance, take on the winner of Cottage Grove and Little Falls. That one gets underway in about 1 hour from now. Scott Dahl with the call over there on our other channels on MSBN. It'll be channel number 2 for that, I believe. So check that out. Lots of games, Pee-wee action, girls action. We've got a lot of them throughout the state of Minnesota. The Junior Gold Championships will have 58 total contests throughout the state of hockey, including the third place games here in both Bantam A and AA. And of course the championships on Sunday afternoon. 0-0 here. Horn has sounded. Teams are going to be making their way to the center face-off dot here momentarily. Looking for that first goal, the all-important first goal. And quite honestly, the way the game has gone could be the only goal. But we shall see. Teams back to where they started in the first period. Edina down to our left. Roseville down to our right. 15 minutes on the clock. We're ready to go. I want to thank our sponsors once again, Tria, Dick's Sporting Goods, Highway Federal Credit Union, and Chevrolet for their support of Minnesota youth hockey and the state tournament here at Parade Ice Garden, proud host of the Bantam A and Bantam AA state tournaments. These teams have played 50 to 70 games throughout the course of the season, and it all boils down to this 15 minutes of play. Edina to our left, Roseville to our right. We're underway. Third period, 0-0 the hockey game. Edina's trying to strike first. They wrap one behind the net. Wrap around attempt, and it goes just wide of the net. Played here by A.J. Dahl to keep it going. Back up to Mason. This is Matt Mason wearing number 11. He goes across crease. Now down low by Edina. Roseville first to it, however. They're going to try to clear. No carryover penalties from the second period, though there were several penalties in those 2 periods of play that we saw beforehand. Roseville, one-on-one action as they gain puck possession. This Max Moriarty behind that big hit behind the play. Moriarty continues to control the puck on the far side. Moriarty still has it. Edina, nice backhander out of the zone. And it's played ahead by Edina, and a hit from behind. And that will result in a penalty. They'll call it a tripping penalty, negating the 2-on-1 that Edina had for a brief moment. Roseville to the power play. And both of these teams have taken a number of penalties so far. Billy Kozlak will plead with the official that he will not win that call. Kozlak will sit for 2. A power play to the Raiders. 45 seconds into this third period of play, a scoreless hockey game. On the far side, right in front of the Roseville bench. Short-handed, here come the Hornets. Down the left wing is Riley Spindler. Spindler sends it in. It goes behind the cage of the goaltender Joseph Heipley, who has been outstanding tonight. 22 shots, 22 saves. Roseville out of their own end. Down the left side, wide open on the right wing. Look out, here comes Leahy. Leahy gives up possession to Edina. Can they clear? No. Kept alive by the Raiders as it's played by Hadlich. Hadlich looking for a centering pass. It goes back to the point for Goodwin. Goodwin fakes the shot, keeps it down low. Back to Goodwin. Playing pass with Hadlich. Hadlich through traffic, but it was knocked aside by the Edina defense. Down to 1 knee was Ressman. He blocked that one. A minute of power play time for the Raiders. Back to the point. Wrist shot comes through. Stick save made by Hess. Bryce Hess wearing number 1. He has also been fantastic in goal. Roseville to the far side. 40 seconds of power play time remaining. This one sent down low. inadvertently, but cycled nonetheless. Towards the middle, sticked aside by the Hornets. 30 seconds of power play time remaining. Towards the far wall, shot, save, made. Hess makes his second save, and it goes through. Score, Roseville. 1-0 Raiders. A puck that squirted through the 5-hole. Joey O'Neill with a power play tally in the third period. Time 2:16. And Roseville strikes first. Will it be the only one? 12:44 remaining. Bartle and Habs pick up the assist on the goal. It is 1-0 Roseville with 12:40 to go, right in front. A chance for Kozlak, and he is broken up just a bit. Deflected twice again, and Matt Mason tried to direct it toward the net when it was just wide. In front, Edina swarming once again. This one will head out to the neutral zone. Puck is on in, but it will not be icing. One-on-one opportunity down low. Oh boy, dangerous hit on the play. Not intentional. Looked like they were both falling down, but both up and moving at full speed. Sexton races this one down for the Hornets with 12:09 to play. 1-0 Roseville here on the MSBN Sports Network. Cross-ice pass. Good opportunity for Edina, but it's broken up by the Raiders, and they break out one-on-one. Hench's first to it. Dangerously carries it in front of the crease, but no consequence there. A 1-0 lead for the Raiders. Goal by Joey O'Neill. Puck that just got through the 5-hole of Hess. It was a second, maybe a third effort that it required for the goal. 11:30 to play here in regulation time, and 1-0 Roseville. Certainly glad you could join us this afternoon on the MSBN Sports Network. Again, East Grand Forks defeating Owatonna 3-2 in double overtime. On the bottom half of the bracket, Sartell wins 6-1 over St. Paul. Cottage Grove Little Fall coming up at 2:30. That will be it for the Bantam A class. Double A coming up in just a little bit. Far side, Edina with 10:50 remaining. Still lots of time, but you've got to play with a sense of urgency here. Icing negated. Roseville runs it down. This is Zach Goodwin. Goodwin touches it ahead for Havlich, who pushes it forward. And back to Roseville territory it goes. Forecheck coming from Edina. Played now on the far wall, Statine. Chance for Edina, 2-on-2 across the line. Skinner sends a shot. Big hit. Laid out by Goodwin. And the offside whistle comes with 10:25 to go in period 3. Well, again, you can email us at the email button at the top of the page. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from this afternoon. You can hit me up on Twitter as well. I've got the tweets open at JK Says Radio. I'm at JKSAYS Radio. As always, use the hashtag #DriveToState. Drive, the numeral 2, state. Drive to state. It's been trending pretty well. Usually does about this time of year for our youth players. 10:20. And now the clock is still running. And they'll look to rectify that situation. There we go. 10:15 is where the clock will stop, and I think that's where they wanted it to be. Look out. This one goes into the scorer's table. as now the clock is running again. Only a couple seconds should have come off the clock, but 13 came off as we're down to 10:02. We'll see if they fix this. There they do. Look, a puck coming at you at the scorer's table is always a distracting moment. But Edina is going to need every second that they can get, and they will take it right now, trailing 1-0 as we approach the 5-minute mark. This third period play with the Raiders leading by a goal. The only goal of the game, Joey O'Neill race on for it on the far side. It'll be played by Max Moriarty. Moriarty sent wide of the net. It goes behind, and they'll continue the cycle. Moriarty looking for the centering pass. Matt Mason for Edina leaves it for Orthe. Hornets finally clear the zone, but in the neutral zone. It'll be picked up by the Raiders. Quickly stolen by the Hornets. They've got numbers down low. Chance in front. They cannot get the shot away. It's loose. Score! Edina! A broken play that somehow found the stick of the Hornets and were tied. Matt Mason picked up the loose puck for the equalizer, and it is 1-1. .536 the time. So that one comes 2 minutes, 50 seconds after the Roseville goal. Matt Mason picks up the goal. Orthe picks up the assist. And of course at 5:36, they center, and the next goal, as it was a few minutes ago, will be crucial. We are tied at 1 as Roseville on the rush. They center, but nobody home. Andor's going to take a huge hit right in front of the scorer's table. Wyatt Wurst for the Hornets pushes it up ice right in front of the Edina bench. Sent back in by the Raiders. Into the zone it goes. Bryce Hess leaves his paint. Look out, nearly turned over. Controlled by Edina. They recover nicely into the neutral zone. Race for the puck. It was in the skates of Willie Johnson, but it's stolen here by Burt Gaffney. Gaffney for Roseville. Centers one. Off the stick. Turnaround shot is just wide of Hess. 8:10 remaining in regulation time. Third period. Puck is loose right near the Edina bench, but in the Hornets zone. Race for the puck, one-on-one. Goaltender highly thought about coming to get it. Thinks better of it. Now down the left side. Roseville in the midst of a change. They look one touch this one ahead. First to it, Jordan Anderson. Anderson tries to cycle. Stolen back by the Hornets and flips a near side wall where it will be icing. If it gets there, no. Yeah, they're going to call icing. One of the officials, the rear official, had icing called the entire way. That is the right call. Just a slight miscommunication amongst the linesmen, but it was correct. An offensive zone draw coming here for Roseville with 7.5 to go. We are tied at 1. Jason Knuth with you here on the call of Minnesota Youth Hockey. The Bantam A state quarterfinals here from Parade Ice Garden. Loose puck. Edina trying to run this one down. Next goal could be the winner. Wide open look, and Kozlak sends it just wide. Kozlak sends it to the middle where A.J. Dahl will try and play it. 2-on-2 battle on the far wall. Rimmed around behind the net. Bjorn Anderson, but Dahl will keep it alive. Dahl punches it forward. Waiting. Sending one through the crease, but that one is intercepted, and here come Roseville back the other way. A pair of Hornets collide in the neutral zone. Dangerous pass through the skates of the Roseville player. This one will go down ice. Icing gated, never got to the end line. Circling back now is Kozlak. Kozlak avoids the hit, gets it down low with 6.5 to go. Riley Spindler. Turnaround now as Grant Courtney will pick it up. Collision on the far side. Roseville looking for the penalty, will not get the call. 2-on-1 for the Raiders. They're across the line. chance in front. Good defensive effort there as Tommy Statine knocks it aside. 6 minutes and counting. Loose puck. Orthy up to Spindler. Spindler with room. Sends one to the middle. Short. Oh boy. Turned it in. Sticked aside by Hypley. Edina getting chance after chance right now. But Roseville breaking up ice. They've got numbers if they can push it forward. They do 3-on-3. They'll dump it in and go for a full-blown line change here with 5.5 to go. Crowd level intensifying. Coach level intensifying. Players still throwing those hits. This has been a hard and heavy hitting game, and you're going to see one here. That's a penalty. That's going to be a charge more than likely. He came in hot and heavy, and I think they're going to call a charging penalty. We'll get the call. Penalty. Indeed, it is a charge. Tyler Robillard, 2 for charging. 5:19 to go. A charge, if you're unfamiliar, will be called if you leave your feet on a hit or if you take 3 full strides towards a hit. And he definitely appeared to leave his feet. 5:19 to go. 1-1 the score. Edina to the power play. And Roseville had 5 players out there. They're going to have to cut that down by 1 and do just that. Roseville wins the draw. Shorthanded. But Edina quickly takes it back, looking for Matt Mason, who sends it into the zone. Mason first to it on the chase. Avoid the hit from Bert Gaffney, and the power play goes to work. Whitliff sent one through the crease, sticked aside by the defense, sent down low once again for Mason. Mason to the far wall, played by Dahl, sending one in, shot, save made by Hypley. 4:45 go in this third period of play. Edina controls, still on the power play, intercepted. Roseville shorthanded. They'll flip it out of the zone. That's going to be icing. 4:34 remaining with 1:15 of power play time. And again, if you're just joining us, remember that at this level this year, new rule change, you cannot ice the puck if you are shorthanded. The idea there certainly to increase scoring. And in theory, that should absolutely be true. 1:05, power play time. Through the crease, score! Edina, a power play goal. It's 2-1. Power play goal. Ryan Ander gives Edina their first lead of the hockey game. It comes at 10:35. And now, absolute crunch time for the Raiders. They trail by a goal. We go to 5-on-5 for 4.5 minutes now. Roseville fighting for their tournament lives right now. Across the line, this is Gavin Carlson. Carlson pushes it ahead once again. 4.25 minutes remaining, kept alive on the far wall. Oh boy, lots of clutching, grabbing here, losing stick. On the far side was Bryce Hadlish, bouncing puck through the middle. It's going to be played by Moriarty. Tied. Max Moriarty with the big goal and the big celly. 2-2 the score. What a third period this has been. Kind of the antithesis of the first game where we saw 4 goals in the early portion of the first period. This one has 4 goals in the latter stages of contest. 2-2 between Roseville and Edina with 3:48 remaining. Timeout on the ice for Edina. That'll give us a moment to thank our sponsors of this afternoon's game. I want to thank Dick's Sporting Goods, Highway Federal Credit Union, Chevrolet, and Tria for their support of Minnesota youth hockey. 3:48 remain in this contest, a 2-2 hockey game. 25 shots for Edina, 16 for Roseville. And if you are looking for our late AA or late single A game, you'll be able to check that out at 2:30. Cottage Grove, Little Falls, over on the South Rink. Scott Dull will have the call for you. That one gets underway about 40 minutes from now. Double A game starting after this one has concluded. It will be Cloquet and Eden Prairie. We'll talk about that as it approaches. We are tied at 2 here between Roseville and Edina. 3:40 remain in regulation time. Edina, wrist shot in front, deflects to the far side, where it will be played by James Bartle of Roseville. Headman pass, oh boy. Looking for the home run pass to possibly end it. Across the line, Roseville controlling. Big hit on the play. Knocked down. Hadley sends it high off the glass. Kozlak takes the hit, wipes out in the process. You can tell the players have the adrenaline flowing. The hits are heavy in this contest. Much more so than we saw in the first game. The next goal could be it. Sent in off the stick of Hadlich. That negates the icing. Roseville, a bouncing puck. Avoiding the hit is Carlson. Carlson sends a drive, and it was knocked aside by Hess. This one off the end wall, sticked aside by the goaltender, Bryce Hess. And back to the point it goes. 2:25 remaining in regulation time. It's 2-2. Into the zone it goes. Behind the goaltender, Hess. 25-16, Edina leads in shots. Again, an irrelevant stat at this point in the game, as the next goal likely to be the winner. Or he blindly pushes it for just out of the reach of an outstretched stick of Henry Whitliff. Roseville circles back in their own zone. This is Grant Courtney wearing number 2. Courtney pushes it up ice for Moriarty. Moriarty, oh boy, this was intercepted. 2-on-1 for Edina. Chance shot, score! Alex Arty with 1:46 on the clock makes it 3-2. .13-14 the time. And a chance for Edina right away. Sticked aside by Hypley. We'll keep an eye on him. They will likely get him out of net soon. 1:30 remaining. Edina leading by a goal. Their lead in this game has been extremely minimal. Only a couple minutes. Can Roseville answer back just as they have before? 1:20. They'll run this one down, and they're going to send a couple extra forecheckers here. Off the far wall, can they keep it alive? They do. 1:10 to go. Saucer pass. We'll keep an eye on the goaltender. Sent down low, looking for the centering pass. Goaltender is off. Shot and a save made by Hess. Hypley sprints to the bench. 1:04 remaining, and there will be 6 attackers for this offensive zone draw coming for the Raiders. Timeout, Roseville. Roseville will use their timeout, discuss their plans for a face-off win or a face-off loss. So far, both games on the North Rink have lived up to the hype. East Grand Forks needed double overtime to win their opening game against Owatonna, a 3-2 victory. Here, Edina lead 3-2 with 1:04 to go over the Roseville Raiders. Again, a zone draw, offensive zone draw coming for Edina. See what happens. 2 o'clock game between Cloquet and Eden Prairie and Bantam A again will be delayed. That's scheduled to start in 7 minutes. Both teams dressed and ready to go, but it'll be at least 20 minutes between games. So that'll give us time to prepare and the ice crew to some time to prepare. Here, 1:04. So after the timeout, Raiders break their huddle first, ready for the offensive zone face-off. It will be to the left of Bryce Hess. 6 attackers on in white. 5 defenders on in green. Huge face-off coming. 64 seconds to decide a winner. Draw is won by the Hornets. Can they clear? They will not. Played on the far wall a minute ago. Wrist shot in front. Gets through and saved cleanly by Hess. There was no rebound. We'll do it again. That took 7 seconds off the clock. Same face-off spot. Same 11 players. Or 11 skaters on the ice. Wrist shot in front and blocker denied by Hess. Great look for Roseville with 52 seconds. It goes behind the net. They blindly center one. It is intercepted by the Hornets as they look to clear. Sharp angle shot is wide of the cage. 43 seconds. Can they keep it alive? No, that's going to be icing, and it will result in a face-off to the left of Hess once again. Time getting a little bit thinner now for the Raiders, though. 38 seconds on the clock. From Parade Ice started in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Jason Knuth with you on the call. 38 seconds to go. In a 3-2 Edina lead. They are clinging to it right now. Roseville throwing everything they have at the goaltender Hess. They win the draw. Keeping it alive with 35 seconds. Sent down low in the redirection. It just missed. Joey O'Neill was wide open with 30 seconds. O'Neill on the cycle. Stick lifts. Holds on to it. Centers on through the crease. Backhand shot. Score! Bryce Hadless has tied it for Roseville. 3-3 with 22 seconds remaining. Sending the Roseville faithful down to our left and right into a frenzy. .3-3 with 22 seconds remaining. Next goal will send someone to the semifinals. Across the line, wrist shot, save, a rebound. It's still loose, and holding on is Hess. 14 seconds remaining. Wow. Face off to the left of Hess. Roseville now trying for a win. They win the draw. It stays in the zone at the blue line. Backhander. They keep it alive with 10 seconds. Wrist shot coming in the glove of Hess, and he holds on. It popped out for a brief moment, but he snags it. Get the face-off to his right with 6.8 seconds left in regulation time. Should it stay tied, we will immediately play a 10-minute overtime with no reservice. Face-off to the right of Hess. Puck still sitting on the dot. It's won by Edina with 3 seconds and 2. They look for the center pass. 1 second. No time remaining. We head to overtime. Hard to believe this game was scoreless through 2 periods of play, but teams alternating goals in the third period. And we are headed to overtime for the second consecutive game on this rink. Again, you're looking for the 2 o'clock game between Cloquet and Eden Prairie. That will be delayed. Let's get this one in. These overtime games will always push the games back, and until we get one that ends in regulation, we can't catch up. A regulation game, 2 hours is more than an ample amount of time, but this one could go on for a while. 3-3 the score. Both teams exchanging goals in that third period of play. As we head to an extra frame, 10 minutes will go on the clock. We'll stay 5 aside. Oh boy. Well, these tournament games are never going to come easy. And both of these teams with some fantastic grit and effort. Edina thought they had won it late in the period. Roseville ties it in dramatic fashion with about 22 seconds remaining. It is 3-3. Shots on goal are nearly even now after being heavily lopsided in favor of Edina's entire game. 26-23, the Hornet lead. As we mentioned, that margin very narrow. For the overtime, they flip ends, and they will stay as you were in the second period. A long change. We play 5 aside for 10 minutes. If we don't get a winner, we stay 5 aside for 10 more. We will get a winner eventually. But this game was a goaltender's duel through 2, and then 6 third period goals. Almost a polar opposite of what we saw in game 1, which saw a massive amount of scoring in the first few minutes and then nothing for periods 2 and 3 in the first overtime. Here we go again. Overtime from the North Rink at Parade Ice Garden. A huge crowd on hand. Next goal will send someone to semifinals to take on East Grand Forks. Just underway in the first overtime. Roseville looking for the centering pass in the offensive zone. Every mistake, every good play magnified by a dozen. Played on the near side wall. Controlled by Henry Whitliff. Edina pins it up. Whitliff has it under his skate. He's not going to move. Finally broken up there as Whitliff will have it in the defensive zone. Heavy forecheck coming from Roseville. Back to the point. Wrist shot in front, and they'll send it into the near corner where Edina will have it. Orthy, who had a huge goal earlier in the third. Wrist shot coming, knocked down, blocked in front. Player goes scrambling and throwing, just missed. Just missed, he might have grazed the crossbar. Edina on the prowl here, a minute elapsed in the overtime. Behind the net, players having their sticks tied up. Usually this stage is going to require a lot more to get a call. Behind the net, puck comes loose. Kept alive at the blue line. No, a 2-on-1 for the Roseville Raiders. Here they come across the line. Shot, save made, it's behind him, it's loose and just wide of the net. Roseville, a golden opportunity, missing by inches. To the far side. Left there. In front, turnaround shot and a save made by Hess. Oh my goodness. What an effort. Edina goes the other way. This is Ben cutting to the net. Shot right into the crest of the Roseville Raiders goaltender, Joseph Heupel, making the save. Both teams with huge opportunities in the extra frame here. Neither one converts. We remain 3-3. Almost 2 minutes into this first overtime. These teams playing in this game asking for my voice to let up before the weekend is over. Chance for Roseville. They keep it in, but Edina quickly intercepts. Near side pushed ahead. This is Benz. Benz down the left wing. Waiting. Ben goes back to the point. Wrist shot coming in through traffic. It's wide. Edina picks it up off the inboards rebound, however. Andor cycles down low for Sexton. Sexton up to Andor. Andor from a sharp angle sends one in. It goes back to the point, and Roseville's got number. This is a 3-on-1. Across the line they come. Chance shut off the face mask, has the save, and another save. Left pad by Bright Hess. Lots of happenings on the ice. Ian Macklin, wow. What a great effort he had on that 3-on-1. Macklin drives his man into the wall. Behind the net, 3 minutes lapsed in this fourth period of play, if you will, or first overtime. Both games on this rink going to overtime here in the quarterfinals. Avoiding the hit is Courtney. Grant Courtney across the line, has this broken up, and here comes Edina. They've got numbers. Here's Kozlak down the left side, took the middle shot, score! Matt Mason with the overtime winner, and Edina goes to play East Grand Forks in the semis. The overtime winner and what an effort by both of these teams. Edina with 28-26 edge in shots on goal. But another classic game here from the North Rink at Parade Ice Garden. 4-3, Edina comes up victorious. Just 3 minutes, 20 seconds into overtime. So the Hornets will advance to take on East Grand Forks, 2 o'clock tomorrow, right here at Parade Ice Garden. Whew. We've got a lot more hockey coming your way. Stick around. Coming up in 25 minutes from the South Rink, Cottage Grove and Little Falls will round out the Bantam A bracket. We've got double A action coming up in about 20 minutes from now right here. It'll be Cloquet and Eden Prairie. I'll have the call for you once that one gets underway. Stick around for more here on the MSBN Sports Network. My name is Jason Knuth. Thank you so much. I want to thank Ben Dahl for his camera work as well. He'll be back with me coming up in just a few minutes. Let's be kind to one another. We will see you in just a little bit for more quarterfinal action on the MSBN Sports Network. Have a great rest of your afternoon.